Hey, we're making a quick video today about how to clean the clear plastic over your gauges. I noticed that the whole truck is dirty. Now, not dirty like, you know, it's covered in mud or anything, but we actually had some epic winds here, which is pretty odd for Santa Cruz. It was so bad that the power was actually out for almost a whole day here, but now it has like a perfectly even thick coat of filth over the whole vehicle. I need to wash the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that right now. I need to pull it in because my wife's coming home and I don't want her to have to park on the street. So I noticed when I hop in and the sun is coming through just perfectly, I notice how much dust is on the gauges. It's kind of hard to show it right here. Let's see if we can get it just right. Can you see that? There we go. All right, that shows the dust good. So as far as dusting your gauges, you know, I really keep a clean vehicle inside and out almost all the time, but I've never been big on dusting or cleaning my gauges like every time I wash my truck. I'd probably do it every 2 months, and I've always done it the same way. I've been cleaning cars meticulously for over 20 years, and this is how I do it. And I've always had success with it. So, all right, so my wife would totally kill me if she knew I was using the kitchen towel, but I run inside and I grab a kitchen towel, right? Just a white kitchen towel. And for starters, I go and I clean the outside of all the little gauges. I clean right inside the little barrel, lip, whatever you want to call it. I get those out of the way, completely dusted. All right, so maybe you guys can hear the water running in the background. I get some hot water going on the kitchen sink. I take some toilet paper like this and I actually fold it together just like this and do a nice little pad, and then I go over and I grab a little bit of warm water and I just start dabbing it on right here. Just have a nice flat surface on that toilet paper and get some nice warm water, not too wet but not too dry. Make sure the whole flat surface is wet. Alright. Okay, so we're back in the truck. So I got my moistened piece of toilet paper, and then I also grab a glasses cleaner out of my glasses case. So I carefully take the moist piece of toilet paper and actually go in, and in an orderly fashion I try and sweep from one side to the other. These are some very difficult gauges, these circular barrel gauges on these Tundras. So I gotta move the shifter. Okay, so we'll get in here. And then lastly, I take this glasses cleaner and I go in there, and you can just go around now. And that's why I like to get all the dust off the bottom, off the surrounding area first. Because if you were to go in there right now, you'd probably pick up a ton of dust from those little areas. And this way you can at least get those out of there first, is what I'm thinking. And then lastly, I like to actually go in there and blow just to do a final clean out, but that's how I do it. And they're clean. They look really good. All of them are completely dusted, non-scratched up, because we actually used one of the non-scratch cloths that's meant for glasses. That's how I do it, and I've always kept my cluster plastic looking really good. I've also had a couple vehicles before where I actually ended up going to the dealership and ordering a new plastic overlay, taking the dash part and putting a new overlay on. It doesn't cost that much money, and that's the best way to make it look brand new, especially if I buy a used vehicle and it's scratched up. I really don't like looking at a scratched up gauge cluster. It really bugs me. But this one looks really good. Most cars and trucks that are a couple years old, the overlay is all scratched to crap anyways. So I know that most people are not cleaning it correctly. I picture people not being patient enough and just going and getting a dry cloth and just trying to wipe it dry or something. Actually, I could picture 99% of people doing that. So if you just take a wet piece of toilet paper, just slightly damp, get all the dust particles off, and then take a glasses cleaner wipe and go in there and clean the outside, you'll keep your gauges looking great for years. Anyways, that wraps up this video, and stay tuned for more. And look who it is. Perfect timing. Good thing I moved the truck. So when my wife came home, I hopped in the Sequoia to move it forward because I didn't move my truck forward enough, and I noticed that her gauges are insanely dusty. Man, I probably haven't cleaned these things in 6 months. And normally, like if the sun's not on it, you can hardly tell they're this dirty, but when the sun's on it, wow. So this is great. Let's go ahead and clean these up, and we'll see how these ones turn out also. And again, I've been cleaning this gauge cluster for years, and it still looks really good, so I know I'm doing it right. All right, let's go get our stuff. Okay, step one, let's lower this column here. That didn't help much. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and start this thing up. And we'll move the shifter out of the way. All right, so we got our kitchen towel. I snuck out of the house so she didn't see it. We'll go ahead and clean the surrounds and accidentally turn the windshield wipers on. Oops. All right, and then we got our moistened toilet paper. I'm gonna do 3 big swoops, and you can just see, look at that. You can just see the dust come off. If you tried to do that with a dry cloth, it would just scratch the crap out of it. All right, so now take our glasses cloth. All right, it's done. You can see a tiny bit of dust down here, and it's totally killing me. Okay, let's see if we can get it. Okay, I think we did it. We did a pretty good job there. It's just in the sun. It's going to be impossible to get it perfect, but uh-oh. Okay. Perfect. I'm such a weirdo about having it on the mileage. You know, you jump in random people's cars and it's on trip A, trip B, or one of the trips, and it has like 15,000 miles because I haven't touched it in 2 years. I always have it on the mileage in my car. I don't know why. Gauges are super clean in here. Gauges are clean in the Tundra. I feel complete. At least I got something automotive-wise done today. All right, so that does it for another quick video here at Toyota Fanatics. I really wish I could have, you know, I probably have enough time left in the day to wash both these vehicles, but I'm actually off tomorrow and the next day, and I'll have more time then. So even though it's a gorgeous evening, I love washing cars in the evening. I hate doing it in the middle of the day when you're fighting the warm sun. Okay, anyways, washing the cars tomorrow, but I'm happy I got those gauges clean. And thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See you later. All right, so every night when I pull in, I see how close I can get to this box right here without hitting it, and I think tonight wins. Let's see here. There we go. That's the best one I've ever done. Yeah, good one. Hey, so after I started making this video, I started thinking, well, maybe there is a certain way you're supposed to clean your gauge cluster, and everybody knows it except for me. So I decided to Google it really quick, and first thing that popped up was this forum right here, and it looks like there's a lot of inquiries into this question, and this guy pretty much sums it up right here. There are so many different answers on Google, I can't figure out what to use. So this indicated to me that no, there is not a certain way you're supposed to clean your gauges, and I was happier about posting this video after seeing this.